I have in my possession all I need to make some really cool shadow boxes. I'm going to show you how I make them. So in this video, I'm actually going to be making 3 separate shadow boxes. And so you're going to see parts of each one being made at different times or whatever. I'm making them for my niece and nephews. I had the idea that maybe I could give a little something to them that's, you know, symbolic of some light shining from us to you. These really do make good gifts. I have made a few in the past and sold them at a profit. So if you're willing to put the time in, there's income potential. So here is one of my shadow box fails. Things I learned from this is that you have to measure the inside of the frame. I mismeasured and therefore this does not fit in my shadow box frame at all. Your colors need to be somewhat light so that the light can travel through all the layers of paper, giving you the effect that you want. These are meant to be seen in the dark. They're light boxes, so like a night light. Here is the shadow box. This is an 8x10 shadow box. $24.99 at Hobby Lobby. You better believe I didn't pay that. You know, you wait until these things go on sale and you stock up, and then you wait a year before you make them. Then of course there's the cardstock. The cardstock that you want to get is the 65 pound. The other thing that you need is this double-sided kind of foamy tape that I get at the buck store, and that will go in between your layers to puff them up and give the space and the depth that you need for the shadow box. And you need a light source. The ones that I like to use myself are the battery pack power that you can put AA batteries in. I cannot find my vellum. It's here somewhere. It's gotta be here somewhere. Regardless, you need vellum. It's that translucent sheet of paper. I'm going to put it on the back, and that's where the light can shine through. I would love to tell you that I'm clever enough to figure out how to make my own layered SVG file, but I can't. Etsy, thank you so much for putting out digital downloads for $5. I love it. Maybe someday I'll be clever enough to make my own. Remember when I said I was going to be making 3 separate shadow boxes? This is where you're going to notice it. Pay no attention to the files, just pay attention to the process. So you bring in your layers and they come in with this yucky black color. I'm just changing the colors up right here so I could differentiate the layers. This is the important part. I measured and now I am resizing each layer accordingly. So that's one shadow box. Now I wanted to change it up for another shadow box, and to do that I decided to take the little girl and the unicorn out of the picture, and I'm doing that using the slice feature and a shape. I've shown you that in the past. Now let me just clean that up. There it is. Good. Let's import a little baby dragon and a little boy. That images I took offline and brought them in, and I'm going to make them part of this shadow box. Resize them, make them sit right, and then I'm gonna weld it all together so that it looks like one big piece. All right, to the machine it goes. Cricut, you're up. If you've been watching me for a while, I guess it's kind of obvious that I don't stick to one thing that I like to do. I do a lot of things. So if you're not so into this, don't go and not subscribe, because I'll do other stuff as I do, and you might like that. Now for the fun part. Weeding. Actually, no, weeding paper is my least favorite thing to do, but look at my nice Cricut light pad. It helps when I'm weeding paper. It is kind of fun watching me do this at like double speed, and oh my goodness, it makes it look so easy. Let me just tell you a little bit about this process here. It's a bit tedious, like really tedious. And the hard part about doing this is lining up every single piece of paper so that they're flush. It's next to impossible to do, and you got to do your best to get it that way so that it'll fit in the frame at the end. Let me tell you, I struggled with that. Holy cow. There is an easier way to do it. I know there is. It involves buying styrofoam that you can put in between them and just kind of cut the styrofoam out. That way you can line up the styrofoam, hold it up, and get them to be flush. I don't know where to find this styrofoam that would work best, so I go with what we got. If anybody knows, help a girl out, let me know. I could use the help. Look at me struggling with those wires. I was trying very hard to not put a light in the moon cutout because, you know, lights are around the moon, not on the moon. Finally found a use for those command strips that I bought 2 years ago now. Look at that, they're being used. The boxes are ready. Before we dive in and take a good look at them, I just have to give all my current subscribers a great big virtual hug. You guys inspire me to keep going, and you know what? Doing this is what makes me happy, and I wouldn't be doing it without you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sorry, I couldn't resist.